Hi, I'm Madeline Hayes, and I'm a nursing student at Missouri State University. This summer, I spent a month in Mosul, Iraq, working at a casualty collection point off the front line. It was during all the craziness with the refugee ban, and I just saw how everyone was upset. If I can go, maybe that will inspire other people to do the same. So when I was in Iraq, I worked with kind of a smaller NGO called Free Burma Rangers, and he helped in Burma. And then when the fight against ISIS started, they asked him, hey, can you help us? So he worked in Kurdistan when Kurdistan was fighting ISIS, and then now their main mission was Mosul, and they stayed through that all the way till the end. On the way there, I was scared. What if this is the last time I saw my family? I arrived into Mosul that night and it was late. The west side of Mosul, there's no lights, and then across the river is the east side of Mosul, and that used to be taken by ISIS, but now it's free. And so you see lights over there, and there's people trying to get back to life, but then the west side of Mosul, it's just completely dark. I think the first time that night, I heard mortars, and are they gonna, hit me? But then after a while, you kind of get used to the sound of mortars. It's just normal. Whenever you're in a dark place, you can't just let that depress you. I just tried to just be a happy, joyful person and bring life to not only the people I was working with, but also the civilians and just everyone I was around. We would do yoga on the roof. That's a little dangerous since, mortars could hit you, but that didn't happen, so it's okay. But yeah, we would just have, routine, do exercise every day. When I was with the medics in the Iraqi army, I just tried to bring life and happiness into the CCP. One day there was a man and he was looking at our house, and the Iraqi army, they were living in the houses next to us, and they kind of saw he was acting suspicious. So they asked the IDPs that were hanging out over there, hey, do you know this guy? And they were like, yeah, he's known to be with ISIS. There was a suicide vest and bombs, so he was planning to come, blow us up. They made me go inside because another suicide bomber was on the way to our clinic planning to blow us up. So I went inside of the house and I could hear gunshots outside of the house. It was scary, but I felt okay because I was like, okay, these guys know what they're doing, and it's only a couple ISIS guys versus everyone else and the Iraqi army. That night we moved just about a mile away. So when I was at the casualty collection point, I worked there about 2 weeks every day, and it really wears on you just to see the death and the blood. So while I was there, I treated refugees and civilians that were fleeing from ISIS, and also Iraqi army that were wounded by ISIS. Gunshot wounds, wounds from mortars, and burns, and I treated chemical weapon patients. That was one of the hardest things to see, almost like a horror movie, we had 15 chemical weapon patients come in one day, and they're just pouring sweat, and their mouth is foaming, and they're gasping for breath, and their eyes are rolling back in their head. A 13-year-old girl came in and she was shot in the femoral artery, so she was bleeding out. I thought, she's already gone, what do I do? And just saw no life, felt no pulse, and took my stethoscope and put it on her chest and just listened to silence. And she was beautiful, she had a dress on and she had earrings in, and it was crazy to look at this girl and think, she had been living under ISIS for about 3 years, and she was so close. Kurdistan, you think oh, Iraq is dangerous everywhere, but there's beautiful parts of Iraq, and I even went on a date in Kurdistan, went out, and it's a beautiful place. The civilians, they were just so so happy to see us. You live in America, like they're like the best place. Like why did you come here? We were just like, because we love you. We all can't drop what we're doing and go to Iraq, obviously, but I feel like we all have a moral obligation to stand against ISIS. One way to do this, a simple way, is just to donate to Free Burma Rangers on their website. They provide food, water, and medical supplies, and they also do rescue missions and actually go out there on the front line under ISIS fire. I'm Madeline Hayes, and I'm a citizen nurse.